There is a general adage in ad agencies that if you use babies, cats or dogs, your ads will win. That's it, simple.
We were a packed audience, a very highly critic audience because we were very hard to please with the ads.
And then the fact that in Diwali ads, everyone tends to do emotional ads. But the ones that stood out were actually the humorous ones.
So I prefer ads which make me cry because I'm laughing and not just because I'm genuine.
We're a country that I think likes to laugh and cry. And I think sometimes the tear jerkers work, sometimes the laugh out loud works.
I'm Karthik Srinivasan. Been in the communication space for over 20 plus years. Started with corporate communications on the client side, moved on to PR agencies and do public relations for brands, then moved into digital marketing, then ended up with social media, and then I quit full-time employment and I'm an independent consultant. Happily so.
Hi, my name is Sundar Balasubramanian. I have about 20 years of experience across advertising, consumer tech and FMCG in the country.
My name is Prateek. I've been in brand marketing since the last 10 years.
So I'm Arun Iyer, been in the marketing advertising space now for about 25 years. I'm the founder, co-founder and partner at Spring Marketing Capital. We did something called the ad review, which Tim from Kellogg School, he runs a similar thing called the Super Bowl ad review that he runs in Kellogg, and we did a Diwali ad review here. It was great to get perspectives.
It was a very interesting concept where we look at the one period in India where most brands want to be visible and be seen by people.
Most important for me is getting the brief right. If you get a sharp advertising brief, most of your work is then done. What I was super surprised was that we went through 10 ads and there were probably just 2 ads that anybody had seen before.
And that's our panel. And I'm Tim Calkins. I think you know me. And this has been really fun to do.
We were in 4 different classrooms with 4 mentors. And all of us were watching the ads simultaneously and reviewing them, discussing them, and then grading them on multiple parameters.
So we used an ad plan framework, which was basically a framework where you look at different aspects of an ad while evaluating it. It should also match the brand equity. It should be distinctive. It should capture your attention.
I'm sure most of you would have seen this ad because it's from Zomato and everybody sees Zomato's ads.
But the framework that was taught to us in the morning today of ad plan, this is actually that one rare ad that actually checks everything. It got our attention. It was very distinct. Nobody's ever done something like this. They've got their positioning right. Zomato placed it perfectly. Now we can link Zomato also. And they've amplified the whole thing like anything. That cringe factor is what makes it stand out.
So I prefer ads which make me cry because I'm laughing and not just because I'm genuine.
And then the fact that in Diwali ads, everyone tends to do emotional ads. But the ones that stood out were actually the humorous ones.
My favorite ad was Zomato only because of the kind of emotions it invoked and the kind of cultural resonation they had going on was, I think, unparalleled compared to the others.
So I remember one Finolex ad and it was about this woman changing pipes. And yeah, there was a certain comment being passed out, but all of us just made fun of it and it was all in good humor.
Dialogues were not very organic is what I felt. I felt a disconnect when they started talking. I was like, nobody converses like this in real life.
It's like a TV series.
Yeah, even we talk about issues
Correct.
that women face, but this is not how conversations go. So it did not
Correct.
feel very organic.
Next one, let's see. Get ready with your kerchiefs. Okay, next slide. Score. I've got this in multiple WhatsApp groups from multiple people, but I thought it was very functional. It's saying the exact same thing again and again and again. Ghar aa jao. And it's very unrealistic to think that parents don't call you. They are the ones who keep calling you hundreds of times, as if they don't tell you, it seems. They tell you in your face, if you're not here by tomorrow, then I will kill you or something like that. Kuch to hoga. So that's a bit of a stretch, but who liked it?
So for me, I thought it was a nice short film. It was not a nice Vivo ad.
Yeah, that is also true. There is nothing to do with Vivo. Remove Vivo and put any brand you want, not even a phone brand. Any brand. Correct. Yeah, put Facebook. Yeah, why not?
It was a Facebook.
Kuch bhi, anything at all. Anything. Any other brand. No matter phone brand, doesn't even matter. Put anything you want. It'll work. Yeah, correct. General.
Good short film, bad.
Yeah, I agree.
So Karthik played an essential role while for us while reviewing the Diwali ads. Essentially, in the start, he helped us in finding different ways in which we can look at the ad. And after playing the ad, we used to score, and then we used to discuss so that the no bias would come in between, right?
50 to 100 new ads come during Diwali season. It's the closest to a Super Bowl in India, even though there is no consistent audience for all the Diwali ads, because in Super Bowl there is one game, one big interval, that is the interval block, and all the ads are in broadcast medium. In this case, Diwali, there is no one stream that everybody watches together. There is no specific broadcast medium.
And something we also noticed in ad review, right? There were a couple of ads who tried to do that and it didn't connect it, especially with RTG, right? People who are Gen Z. So something have to do with humor flies very well in this day and age, and something which I think even you is very visible on the results that came out that day. Zepto and Zomato, what they really nailed was humor, and I think that flies very well.
Correct. It was a little confusing, right? You are sort of trying to find out what this ad is about. Like, what are they trying to say? On the one hand, there's one message. On the other hand, there's a second message. So you're sort of conflicted. But I don't know. Maybe that is the reason why I would have been more hooked to find out what the final conclusion
End pe kya
is.
hone wala hai. Correct. So they're building that boss's anti-nature to the height, so that you are waiting for the payoff, and the payoff is very good. Yeah. It's not I mean, you can anticipate the payoff if you've seen enough ads like this, but the payoff is good.
I feel Arun Iyer's session was pretty informative, especially how he explained to us where Surf Excel went to over time. From Surf Excel hai na to Daag Achhe hai. He basically tried to explain to us how the why is important instead of just the how.
I saw a lot of hunger, I saw a lot of passion, I saw a lot of deep involvement, and the curiosity of the students to know more is just something that I'm very, very inspired by.
There was a lot of vocal reactions from students, and they had also considered a lot of perspectives before talking. They had really considered, have I thought through what I'm saying, kind of stuff. And it clearly looks like they do watch a lot of ads, even though not as intended by the marketers, where people watch some other piece of content and the ad comes as an interruption, and then you watch. They probably watch it on demand because somebody else they know shared it on a WhatsApp group or told them saying this ad is good, please watch it. So they do watch ads.
Dude, it was super interesting to be there with this bunch. I was happy there was no Myntra ad there because their feedback was brutal on ads. But I think that's good because one part of marketing is having the ability to have a very clear point of view, and I think that was great.
If I have to make an ad today, I think I will make it humorous.
That one thing that stuck with me was, would you share this ad? Like, some people really loved the ad, some people didn't. But then at the end of it, to bring us together, the one thing Karthik mentioned was, would you share this ad?
They did mention how they cannot go beyond mentioning the brand so many times in an ad. So that was a good perspective on overall, judging those ads. And yeah, but I feel 90% of our viewpoints was matching. So it was nice to see that at least I was able to analyze the ads in a similar manner to them.
The best thing was I could talk to Karthik Srinivasan one-on-one, right? Someone who I've followed on social media for a long time. I really love all the experience that he brings and all the insights that he brings, and it was a great opportunity just getting to know what he thinks of all those ads. And this was the first time we were doing it. We've never sat and reviewed ads like this. So it was all over a new experience for all of us, and to use the framework that Calkins also gave us in the classes before.